Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please show me a thumbs up in Zoom. If you can hear me, please show me a thumbs up in your Zoom. Not your camera, your Zoom. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. All right. So we shall wait for around 2 more minutes for other students to join the session because I'm supposed to have around 100 students that are supposed to join us today. Okay. We will start at around 4:33. Okay. All right. So while waiting, can you please, those who are here while waiting, if you have the 2023 PSLE Maths Paper 1 paper, please take it out. Okay, if you do not have, it's okay because I will be showing you the questions on the screen. Okay, so if you do not have, you can take out your notebook or foolscap to write down any notes. All right. Okay, we will start in 1 minute's time. Okay, let's get started. Okay, good evening, students. Thank you for joining me today for this session. I think some of you have already joined me earlier last week for PSLE science paper, right? Okay, so those who have joined me last week, welcome back. Okay, I'm glad to see you here for Maths Paper 1. Okay, I also understand that some of you have also just gotten back from school, so I ask you to bear with me for 1 hour only. Okay, for 1 hour only. All right, so we will be covering the PSLE Maths Paper 1 challenging questions, not the whole paper, just the challenging questions. All right. So my name is Miss Hikmah from EduFront Learning Center. Okay. One more thing, because there are a lot of you here, I want to ask you guys to please do not unmute your microphone during this Zoom session. If you have any questions or you would like to answer my question, you can type it out in the chat. All right. And do not spam the chat, okay? Okay, let's get started. I hope everyone is ready. All right, so the first question, we are actually going to start off a bit easy to jog your memory. Okay, so the first question is question 7 in your in the 2023 PSLE paper 1 paper. So we'll start off with the MCQs first. So let's look at this question. Arrange the fractions from the largest to the smallest. Okay, so I would like to ask the students here, how are we going to answer this question? What is the first step to answering this question? Okay, please, you can type out your answer in the chat. What is the first step to answering this question? Okay, there is a technique, okay, that you can follow. Make the denominators equal. Common denominator, okay? Okay, if for this question, if you want to make the denominators the same, wouldn't it be a very large number? Wouldn't it take up a lot of your time to do the multiplication and all that, right? So another way that we can do is we can convert these fractions. Yes, you can convert these fractions to a decimal. So how do we convert these fractions to a decimal? We can, how? By doing long division. Okay, I won't show you how to do long division here. Okay, because I'm sure most of you should know already by now. Okay, so let's take a look at the conversion. So if you convert all of this to long division, okay, so for me, I will just choose 3 decimal places. So once I have converted to long division, I see that the fraction 7/10, okay, is actually the largest. So I know that my answers will be either number 3 or number 4, correct? Okay, next, I look at the second largest number, which is 7/12, and then the smallest number will be, okay, the smallest number will be 3/7. So the answer is number 4. Okay, so I hope this is a good recap for you guys. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the questions will get slightly tougher as we go. All right, so if you look at this question requires you to do a bit of graphical analysis. Okay, let's read the question. The bar graphs show the sale of child tickets and adult tickets to a fun fair over 4 days. The scale of the graph for adult tickets is not shown. Okay, so when we come across questions, okay, in our exam paper, number one thing that we must do is either you highlight or you underline the keywords. All right, so I'm going to do just that. Okay. All right, so why do I highlight this? The sale of the graph for adult tickets is not shown because, okay, this will come into play later on when we answer the question. Okay, all right, let's look at how do we answer question number 10. How many child tickets were sold in total on Tuesday and Thursday? So this is quite a simple question, okay? We just have to extract the data from the graph, right? So let's look at how many child tickets were sold on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, okay, if you observe the graph here, you will notice that each marking here counts for 5 tickets, right? You count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So you know that on Tuesday, they sold how many tickets? 35 tickets. And then on Thursday, they sold 25 tickets. So the answer is 60 tickets, number 4. Okay, how about part B? Oh, sorry, question number 11. The ratio for of the number of adult tickets sold on Monday to the total number of tickets sold on that day was 4:5. How many adult tickets were sold on Wednesday? Okay, let's underline or highlight the keyword. Okay, total number of tickets sold on that day. When they say total number of tickets, what do they mean? They mean child tickets plus adult tickets. Okay, child tickets plus adult tickets. So keep that in mind. All right. Then, based on the graph, we know that the number of child tickets on Monday is 5, 10, 15, right? So we can start doing our working. Number of child tickets sold on Monday is 15. So we can do 5 units minus 4 units is equals to 1 unit. All right. So 1 unit here is 15, which is the number of child tickets sold on Monday. All right. So when you get 1 unit is 15, then you can find out how many adult tickets are sold on Monday. So the adult tickets is 4 units, which is 15 times 4 equals to 60. All right. Is this the final answer? Is this the final answer, yes or no? I'm going too fast. Okay, I'll take note. I'll slow down a bit, yeah? So is this the final answer? 60. You can type out your answer in the chat. Is this the final answer? No, why? Eh? Some of you say it is. No, it's not. Why? Because the question is asking for Wednesday. Good. Okay. They ask for Wednesday. This is Monday. So you have one more step to do, right? Okay. So let's look at the next step. Oops. Okay, so just now we highlighted the scale of the graph for adult tickets is not shown. Okay, if you look at the scale for adult tickets here, you will notice that there are no numbers. However, these here, okay, are actually equal, correct or not? They are the same. So we can say that this is actually 1 unit. Okay, we can say that this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, and then this is also another unit, and this is also another unit. Okay, we leave them as units first because we do not know the actual number, correct or not? Okay. Yes, correct. So this is on Thursday is 4 units in total. Okay. Next, because we now have mentioned that this is 2 units, we can say that on Monday, okay, the adults is 2 units, right? Therefore, 2 units now is 60. So we do not look at the 2 units. We do not look at the units here. This is a different units based on the adult tickets scale graph, okay? So now 2 units is 60, 1 unit is 60 divided by 2 equals to 30. And then you want to find out what? The number of adult tickets sold on Wednesday. So Wednesday is 3 unit, right? Wednesday is 3 units. So 3 unit is 90. So the answer is number 4. Good job. All right. Okay, there are still others who are joining in. Okay. Next question. So far, is everyone okay so far? Okay. If I'm going too fast, just mention in the chat, okay? All right, next question. Question number 13. Okay, a box contains 10 cents and 50-cent coins. The total value of these coins is $3. What is the largest possible number of coins in the box? I'm going to highlight or underline the keywords here. Okay, largest possible number of coins in the box. Now, in the box, you must have only both 10-cent coins and also 50-cent coins. So, the box contains the largest possible number of coins if it has the largest possible number of 10-cent coins. Correct or not? Because 10-cent coins are very 10-cent coin is a very low value. So you can have many coins. However, because the question says that the box have to contain 50-cent coin, there must be at least one 50-cent coins to make sure that you are following the instructions carefully. Right? Correct or not? Can we put 1 50-cent and the rest is 10 cents? Yes, that is what we are going to do now. Okay, we are going to test if we can test out if we can put 1 50-cent coin first, will it work or not for the rest? Now remember, we want the largest possible number of coins in the box, meaning we want many 10-cent coins. Okay? Okay. So the largest possible value of 10-cent coins is $3 minus 50 cents equals to $2.50. Why do we minus 50 cents? We minus 50 cents because we want to test out just 1 50-cent coin. We want to test out just 1 50-cent coin inside the box. So we minus. So now we get $2.50. So let's test. The largest possible number of 10-cent coins is $2.50 divided by 10 cents. We get 25 10-cent coins. Now, is this the answer? Is this the final answer? Is the answer number 2? Yes, you have to plus 1. Why plus 1? Where did that plus 1 come from? Okay, that plus 1 is the 50-cent coin, correct or not? So the largest possible number of 50-cent of coins is 25 plus 1 is 26. So the final answer is number 3. All right. Okay, so the plus 1 is for 1 50-cent coins. Okay, so our theory is correct. Okay, our trial is correct. Okay, next question. Question number 14. Okay. Mrs. Wong wanted to divide 72 girls and 60 boys equally into as many teams as possible. Okay, keep that in mind, as many teams as possible. Each team had the same number of children. The number of boys in each team was the same. How many boys were there in each team? Okay, now when they say as many teams as possible, meaning that there must be the lesser number of children in each team, correct or not? Because the lesser number of children in each team, the more teams you can get, right? Make sense? Okay, right. So what can we do here? So since each team have the same number of children and the same number of boys, therefore it makes sense that they also have the same number of girls in each team, right? So all we have to do here is actually simplify 72 girls and 60 boys. Okay, once we simplify, we get 6:5. Now, how much must we simplify? We must simplify it to the lowest term. Why must we simplify it to the lowest term? Okay, lowest term means you cannot simplify anymore. 6:5 cannot be simplified anymore. Why must we simplify to the lowest term? Because we want to get the least number of children. Why do we want to get the least number of children? Because we want to get as many teams as possible. Okay, make sense? All right. So the answer is number 3. Okay, 5 boys in each team. Okay, please do not spam the chat with unnecessary comments. Okay. All right. Let's move on to quite a challenging question. Hold on, yeah. Can you see my screen? Can you see the question number 14? Can? Okay. Okay. All right. Now, question number 15. I'm not sure if you guys were aware. Okay, last year, this was one of the challenging questions that students were worried about in their PSLE. Okay, now let's take a look at this question. ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, E and F are points on AD such that AE equals to EF equals to FD. So I've already drawn the red lines for you to show you that these are equal lengths. Okay. The ratio of the area EGF to ABF is equals to 1:8. Okay. Now let's take a look. If this is 1 unit and this whole thing is 8 units, therefore this part here is 7 units, right? Makes sense? Okay, so they want to know what fraction of the rectangle is shaded. Okay, now what I would do here is, okay, number 1, I would of course highlight the keywords. Okay, next, I would actually draw one more point here, one more line here. I will name it P, point P. Okay, I will draw one more line here to make sure that to make it easier for me to answer the question. Okay, now next, let the length of EFG be 1 unit. Okay, EFG here is 1 unit. So just now I mentioned, since this is 1 unit, we can say that ABGE is 7 unit, right? Because 8 minus 1 is equals to 7 unit. So because AE is equals to EF is equals to FD, which means that this area ABF is equals to this triangle here also, correct? It's the same area. Okay, so we can also say that area of CDFG is also 7 unit, same as this part here. Okay, make sense? All right, next one. Now, if we look here, after I have drawn this line here, I have formed 2 different rectangles. Okay, area of rectangle ABPF, okay, is equals to 2 times 8. Where did the 8 come from? Where did the 2 come from? 8 here comes from 8 units square, correct? Because they say here ABF Okay, ABF is 8 units square. So we can say this is 8. And then because this is exactly double, okay, this is the same, right? I have drawn the line here, which makes these two triangles the same. So all I have to do is double, okay, times 2, and this is a square. Okay, so ABPF is equals to 2 times 8 is equals to 16 units square. Okay. Next, let's look at area of rectangle CDFP. Okay, this is actually, how do we get the area of this part here? All we have to do is this square here divided by 2. Why? Because they have the similar length, right? The length of AF is 2 times the length of FD. So all you have to do is divided by 2. Make sense? Okay, next one. Now let's look at shaded area. What does the shaded area consist of? The shaded area consists of area ABF, okay, this triangle here, plus the area of CDFG, right? So we already have the answers here. ABF is 8 unit, CDFG is 7 unit. So you plus that, you get 15 units square. Total area of this whole rectangle is, okay, area of this square here plus area of this smaller rectangle, which we already answered here, right? In the previous square, it is 16 plus 8, you get 24 unit square. Okay, now we come to the final part. We want to answer this question finally. What fraction of A, B, C, D is shaded? Okay, so to find the fraction of A, B, C, D that is shaded, okay, we can get 15, okay, 15 unit square shaded area over the total area of the whole thing. Total area means shaded plus unshaded, correct? So 15 over 24, you simplify, you get 5 over 8. So therefore, the answer is number 2. Okay, is that good so far? Okay, all right. Next one. Next question. Okay, Rahil, you don't understand which part? Which part? I break down into 1, 2, 3, 4. Which part don't you understand? One unit is the length. Which part? Let the length of EFG be 1 unit. This is because I get it directly from the question, ma. Right? How did I get the length of EFG? Because they say AE is equals to EF is equals to FD. So there are 3 different lines here, but they are all equal. So I say this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Simple. Okay? Okay. This is why it's important for you to highlight. Okay, good. All right. Next question. Okay, question number 26. I think this is booklet B ready? Should be. Okay. Right. Carlyle threw a ball at a hoop 30 times. 1 point was scored when the ball passed through the hoop. Okay, +1 when the ball passed through. 1 point was deducted when the ball did not pass through, when he missed. So -1 when he missed. Okay. For Carlyle's first 25 throws, the ball passed through the hoop 20 times. Okay, means plus 20 points, right? For the 20 times that he got. Okay, so what was Carlyle's score from the first 25 throws? Okay, so we know that he has gotten 20 points for the number of times he managed to throw through the hoop. Now, what about the misses? Okay, what about how many points did he lose when he missed? Okay, so 25 minus 20 is 5, which is the number of times the ball did not pass through the hoop. Carlisle's score from the first 25 throw is 20 minus 5 because he missed 5 throws. So the answer is 15. Okay, so he has 15 scores, 15 points from the first 25 throws. Okay, simple. Next one, which is the next part. Yes, good job, everyone. Part B. At the end of 30 throws, Carlisle scored 18 points. How many times did the ball pass through the hoop for her last 5 throws? So the first 25 throw, okay, Carlisle got 15 points. At the end, Carlisle got 18. So in the last 5 throws, she scored 3 points. All right, make sense? Okay, then let's do a bit of trial and error. Okay, however, remember, must have 5 throws. So what I got from that is, since 4 minus 1 is equals to 3, okay, 3 is the total points scored in the last 5 throws. The ball passed through the hoop 4 times in the last 5 throws. Does this make sense? Right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so the answer is the ball passed through the hoop 4 times in the last 5 throws and he missed 1. That's why he must minus 1. Okay, next question. Okay, Mrs. Lim took home 120 eggs. She paid $4.80 less with a special offer. What was the price of 10 eggs without the special offer? Let's highlight or underline first. Okay. All right, let's look at the special offer. For every 10 eggs, okay, for every 10 eggs, she gets 2 eggs free. Okay, so what can we do? Okay, we are going to group them. Okay, so the total number of eggs based on the offer that she can get is 10 plus 2 is equals to 12. Why 10 plus 2 equals to 12? Because we want to group them. So 120 eggs divided by 12, we get 10. 10 groups of 12 eggs. 12 eggs consists of the 10 that she buy and the 2 that she got for free. Therefore, how many did she get for free? Okay, 2 eggs times 10 groups. Now she have 20 eggs for free. Okay. Okay, I see some of you have already started getting the answers. Next step. Okay, the price of 10 eggs is, okay, so just now one of you said the 20 eggs is 480. Yes, you are correct. Because that's the discount, the offer. So we want to get 10 eggs, so all we have to do is divide by 2, right? So 480 divided by 2 is $2.40. Okay? Right. Yes, good job. Okay, next one. Aha, it's a speed question. So this is also another tricky question. Right? This is also one of the tricky questions from last year's PSLE paper. Okay. Faisal and Elise started jogging at the same time from point P to point R along the route shown. Faisal jogged 30 meters per minute faster than Elise. When Faisal reached point R, he turned around and wants to jog towards point P. Meaning what? He U-turn, right? Means he double the distance. Please do not annotate my slides, yeah? Then, he met Elise at point Q. They did not change their speeds throughout. So because they didn't change their speeds throughout, this makes your job easier to answer the question, right? Okay, let's highlight, let's underline. Okay, they started jogging at the same time, right? Okay, so to answer this question, we must remember the formula for speed, correct or not? Which is speed is equals to distance over time. Or you can just remember this triangle here. Okay, speed equals to distance over time. Time equals to distance over speed. Distance equals to speed times time. Okay, remember the triangle. Those who have not learned speed yet, don't worry. This is just a prequel. This is an introduction for you. So for speed, you have a formula that you must remember. All you have to do is remember this triangle. Those who haven't yet learned speed, just remember this triangle. Okay? All right. Next. So when F is for Faisal and E is for Elise. So when F and E met at point Q, okay, Faisal actually jogged an additional distance because he doubled, right? Elise is only here, but Faisal, because he is faster, he managed to U-turn, and then he met Elise back at point Q. Okay, so let's double Faisal's jogging distance. So 600 times 2 is 1,200 meters. So we double Faisal's jogging distance until he met Elise at point Q. Okay, next. Because Faisal jogged 30 meters more than Elise every minute, the total time taken for Faisal to jog to the point he met Elise is, so we look at this formula here. Okay, those that haven't learned speed, don't worry, but can you please take down the answer or take down any notes from this question so that you can recall, you can remember back when you start learning speed, right? Okay, so those who haven't learned, just listen, all right? Okay, so let's look at this formula. So I want to find out the total time taken. So time is distance over speed, right? So the distance we get is 1,200 meter. The speed that Faisal jogged more is 30 meters per minute. So this is the speed, 30 meters per minute. So when I do my equation, 1,200 divided by 30 is 40 minutes. So it took Faisal 40 minutes, okay, to jog to the point Q where he met Elise. Okay. Then I want to find out what was Elise's jogging speed in meters per minute. So when I want to find out Elise's speed, right? So the total time taken for Elise to jog 4,000 meters, okay, is 40 minutes. Why 40 minutes? Can someone tell me? Why is it 40 minutes? Okay, the total time taken for Faisal to jog to the point he met Elise is 40. Total time taken for Elise to jog 4,000 meters is also 40. Yes, Faisal and Elise, both of them, they took the same time. Okay, they ran within the same timing. However, Faisal is just faster. So Faisal will cover more distance than Elise. Okay, so the time that they jog is 40 minutes, same. Then now we want to find out what is Elise's jogging speed. So remember, the formula for speed is distance over time. So the distance for Elise is 4,000 meters. Over time is 40 minutes. Okay, now we get 100 meters per minute. Okay, so the answer is 100 meters per minute. All right. Do you need time to copy down those who haven't learned yet speed? Okay, give you 1 minute. They give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Take a picture. Okay, who still needs to take a picture? Go ahead and take a picture. Okay, take a picture. Hurry up, Okay. Okay, moving on. Next question. Question 29. Gopal had 3 identical tins of paint that were completely filled. He poured 760 ml out from each tin. So there are 3 tins, 760 ml he poured out from all the tins. The total amount of paint left in the 3 tins after pouring is equal to the amount of paint in 1 tin at first. Okay, keep that in mind. What was the amount of paint in each tin at first? Okay, now I've highlighted the keywords. Now, since the total amount of paint left in the 3 tins is equals to the amount of paint in 1 tin at first, we can say that the amount of paint left in each tin is 1/3 the amount of paint left in each tin at first. Does that make sense? Can you take some seconds to absorb this information, to make sense of this information? 1 tin is 3 units. Each tin has 1 unit. Okay. Okay, some of you are correct. I think some of you have gotten it wrong. Okay, but I will show you. Next, let's move on to the working. Okay. 2/3 the amount of paint in each tin is 760 ml, not 1/3, but 2/3. So 760 ml is 2/3 of one tin. Okay. So the amount of paint in each tin at first is 1140 ml. So how do I do it? 460 divided by 2, then I times 3 to get one whole tin. Okay. So one whole tin is 1140 ml. Then that's the answer lah. Okay, easy. All you have to do is try to make sense of the first part here. Okay, the amount of paint left in each tin is 1/3 the amount of paint in each tin at first. Okay. Can everyone? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, I think this is my 15 last question for you, but this is quite a long question. Okay. Okay, someone still has to please take a picture. Okay. Let me know when you are done. Okay. So far, any of the questions that I have gone through, so far, does anyone have any questions for any of the questions that I've gone through? Does anyone want me to elaborate on any of the questions that we've gone through just now? No? No, huh? Okay. All right. Let's look at this question. Students in a camp are put into teams A and B. 3/5 of the students are in team A and the rest are in team B. So if team A have 3/5 means team B have 2/5, right? Make sense? Okay. Next, each team has the same number of girls. 1/4 of the students in team A are girls. Each of the statement below is true, false, or not possible to tell from the information given. Okay, so for this question, they have given me 3 statements, but I will break down each statement, okay, into different slides. Okay. All right, let's look at the first statement. The total number of students in the camp is a multiple of 5. How do we know that? Is it true? Is it false? Or we cannot tell? Okay. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to try and prove this statement. Is it true? Is it false? Or is it not possible to tell? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, you can start giving me your answer in the chat. We'll go through the answers together. Okay, so you must tell me, is it true? Is this statement true? Is it false or not possible to tell? Okay, those that say it's true, why? If they did not give a number to work with, how can we find out the amount of students? Okay, so that is Rahil's reasoning for not possible to tell. What about true? What about true? Okay, looks like we have a lot of different answers, huh? Okay, all right, let's go through. Okay, maybe the answer will shock you. All right, let's look at the working. So the fraction of all students who are girls in team A, okay, is 3/5 times 1/4. Okay, how do I know that? Is because these are the only numbers or fractions that they have given me to work with, right? I'm sure that is also one of your concerns. Okay, so the fraction of all students who are girls in team A is 3/20. Okay, of all students. Okay, next. Since the number of girls in team A is 2, the total number of students is 3:20. So the total number of students must be a multiple of 20, which is also a multiple of 5, right? Who don't understand? Who don't understand? So the answer is true. It's a multiple of 5. Okay. Because 20 is also a multiple of 5, right? Okay, make sense? All right. Can we move on to the next statement? I'll let you guys try out the next statement as well, yeah? Okay, next statement. So this is true. Next statement. Okay, please try out the next statement. You can start giving your answer as well. Okay. So in order to answer this question, you must do a bit of working. This question, you still must do working. Okay. Okay, you must remember each team has the same number of girls. Okay, let me go through the answer with you guys. So, we have already established that the fraction of students who are in team B is 2/5, correct? Since each team have the same number of girls, then the fraction of all students who are boys in team B is 5/20. Make sense? Okay, 2/5 is the number of students in team B minus the number of girls. 3/20 is what we got in the previous question. Okay, so 2/5 minus the number of girls, which is 3/20, we get 5/20. Now this is for team B. Now we have to find out for team A. So the fraction of all students who are boys in team A is 3 over 5 minus the number of girls 3 over 20, we get 9 over 20. So after you do your working, you can find out that there are more boys in team A than in team B. Therefore, the answer is false. Okay? Okay, does everyone understand? Okay, please do not comment such nonsense. Okay, who does not understand? Okay, I assume everyone understands, yeah? All right, next statement. This is the final statement. After this, I'll share with you some tips on how to answer your maths paper 1. Okay, next statement. Please give this a try. Okay, you can start giving me your answer. Okay, now we get different answers, huh? Okay, I'll go through the answers. All right, so the fraction of students in team B who are girls is 3 over 20 divided by 2 over 5 is 3 over 8. So the answer is true. Okay. Those who answered false, do you understand? You understand why it's true? Okay, I want to find out the fraction of students in team B who are girls. I don't want to find out the fraction of all the students. I only want to find out the fraction of team B. Okay, so the number of girls over the total number of students in team B. Okay, so that's why I must divide. I think some of you times. Okay, those who times, you did not read the statement carefully. All right, so the answer is true. Okay. All right, this is about the final question for this paper. Does anyone want me to go through, to go back and recap the questions that I did just now? Anyone is not clear on any question? Karim, okay, which question? But only the one, the true or false? This one? Okay, which statement? Statement 1? Okay, hold on. The first statement? Okay. The first statement, are you okay with the first statement? Okay, anyone else? Next one. Okay, what about the rest? Don't understand the second statement. The second statement is this one. Okay, there are fewer boys in team A than in team B. So to find out if this statement is true or false, I must find out the fraction for boys in team A and also the fraction for boys in team B. Correct? So this first part here you must understand already. The fraction of students who are in team B is 1 minus 3 over 5 is 2 over 5, right? Because they say team A is 3 over 5, so team B is 2 over 5. Next, since each team have the same number of girls, okay, what is the number of girls? What is the fraction for girls? It is in the previous statement. The fraction for girls is 3/20. And it should be the same for both team A and team B. Why? Because the question says each team have the same number of girls. So team A and team B, both number of girls must be 3/20. Okay, got that? Okay. So I want to find out the number of boys in team B. So team B is total 2/5 minus the girls 3/20. So after that, after I do my simplification and all that, I got 5/20. The number of boys for team B is 5/20. Now I must find out for team A, right? So for team A total is 3/5. Again, I must minus the girls because I only want to know the boys. So the girls is minus 3/20. Then I do my working. Okay, you should know how to do the working by now. I get 9/20. So team A actually have more boys than team B. Okay, does that make sense? Hey, Haifa, is that okay? All right. Okay, who needs to screenshot the last statement? Oops. So this is the last statement. Okay. Hamza, you don't understand speed. It's because you haven't learned in school, right? That's okay. Hey, do you take a picture? Do you take a picture just now? Or do you copy down just now? Okay. Those who do not understand speed yet, it's okay. You will understand it later on. All right? Okay. All right. So now I want to share with you some tips on time management for paper 1. Okay, so for paper 1, how do you manage your time wisely? Firstly is for those questions that are 1 mark, like the MCQ or the simpler questions in the short answer question, which is 1 mark, not more than 1 minute. So you standardize 1 mark question, 1 minute. What about the other questions who are 2 marks and above? Okay, so here is the suggested time that you should take for each question. Okay, so for question 1 to 10, which is the MCQ, suggested is 10 minutes. Okay, 1 minute each. Then for question 11 to 15, okay, there is about 5 questions there. You should take around 10 minutes. Okay, which gives you about 2 minutes each for each question. Next, your booklet B is your short answer questions, right? So your short answer question, for question 16 to 20 is around 5 questions. Usually, these questions are the easier questions. Okay, maybe they ask you to simplify, or they ask you to solve the equation, or they ask you to arrange. It's usually the easier questions. So that should take you roughly 1 minute each question. Now we come to the short answer questions, like just now, the true or false question and the speed question, okay? That one, we give you a longer time, okay? So for question 21 to 30, that is roughly about 10 questions, okay? It should take you around 20 minutes. So with this, it gives you time also to check your working, okay? To double check your working. Any questions for time management? Maybe you have trouble with this, or you have some concerns. No? Okay, it's good that you can screenshot this. So when you do your past year paper, when you do your practice at home, please time yourself. For paper 2, there will be another workshop, I think. Yeah, for paper 2, there will be another workshop. Maybe you can join that. Okay. Okay. Next, I want to share with you. Okay. I want to share with you how to avoid careless mistakes. I'm pretty sure a lot of you here have done some major careless mistakes, right? So number 1 is most important, what we did just now. We highlighted keywords or we underlined keywords. Okay. So why do we do this? Because, okay, when you highlight numbers, okay, maybe you can differentiate the numbers and the words easier. So the numbers will pop out at you easier. Okay. Maybe some of you accidentally you know, you are in a rush, so you did not read the numbers properly. Okay. So it's good that you highlight the keywords. Number two, okay, you have to estimate the accuracy of your final answer. How do you do that? Okay, you ask yourself, is this answer within the range of reasonable answers? Is it reasonable or not? Does this make sense? Could there be a calculation error in between that cause your answer to be illogical? Okay, for example, there are questions that might ask you to estimate the height of a door, right? It cannot be 10 meters. That does not make sense, right? So you must think, is it reasonable? Is it logical? Okay. Next, okay, you have to ask yourself, does this answer make sense or not? Okay, for example, they are asking you to simply divide. I give you a basic question lah, but they ask you to divide 4 divided by 2, but then you give the answer 6. Does that make sense? No, right? Because they ask you to divide. By right, 4 divided by 2, the number should be much smaller than 4. Should be much smaller than 2. Right? So it does not make sense that the answer to that is 6. Okay, you should ask yourself that. And then next is check for missing units. Okay, I'm sure all of you know, okay, you are not only marked for your answer, you are also marked for your working. Okay, so you have to check for missing units. So in booklet B just now, sometimes units are given, okay, like your liters, your meters, but sometimes they are not given. Okay, so how do we make sure that we do not make this careless mistake of not putting in units? Okay, in your practices, okay, when you're doing the past year papers, it's a good idea for you to put in the units for all the answers. So that you are used to writing down the units so you don't miss out. Okay. So how do you make sure that you highlight all of these 4 points? How do you ensure that you look out for all these 4 points? Is when you do it, when you are doing your double checking, right? Because just now, when you have proper time management, okay, there is enough time for you to do double checking. So during your double checking, you look out for all this, right? Look out for number 2, 3, and 4. Highlighting keywords should be the first thing that you do. Okay? All right, does anyone have any other questions? Okay, so make sure, okay, when you are doing your practice, time yourself well, especially for maths. Okay, and remember paper 1, no calculator. Okay, all right, that is all from me. Thank you so much for joining the session today, and I wish everyone all the best for your upcoming exams. All right, goodbye, bye-bye.